Hello everybody, my name's Guy. I'm a film and television composer and I'm here to write a bit of music. And what I thought we'd do today is to write something really simple, but to talk you through every step of the decision-making process so you can see what's going on. What an idea! Do you really want to know what's going on in my brain? In my brain? Well, unfortunately, you're going to find out. So what I've got here is a very simple project, which has got a group bus where we're going to route things to, a reverb channel, and 8 instances of Kontakt, and that's it. Okay, so we're going to start with the first one, and we're going to load up a simple piano because it's never a bad place to start. We can always junk it later if we don't like the piano, but let's get this going. Okay, it's a bit dry, so let's just got to put a little bit of reverb on it because you want a sound which you feel comfortable with when you're trying to write stuff, which inspires you, which is why people tend to have favourite, just like you in the real world have a favourite instrument, a favourite guitar, a favourite piano, so you can in the sample world as well. Right, so what we've got is we're working at 90 beats a minute. All I'm going to do to start with is put in a couple of markers to we're going to give ourselves a bit of a structure before we start, because sometimes that really helps to get going. So we'll have a marker which can go in there. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 bars of little intro. Then we're going to step it up to part 1 of our tune. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's put another one in there. Then we're going to have another section, so the whole thing will change a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars of that before winding down again there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and out. Okay, that's how this piece is going to go. We'll see if that stands up. What do they say about plans and first casualty of war? Okay, anyway. What you're always fighting is the power of all the stuff you do instinctively without thinking, which is great first time round and gets less and less great every time you do it. I like that chord. What is it? It's a G sus4, but we've still got a third in. So it's like, okay, there's G, add a C to it, now invert it. Start with that. That was horrible. I'm going to do something else then. I quite like the lyrical minimalism thing. Okay, that's working. Let's go with that. That wasn't what I played before, was it? Oh. I could stop the tape, run back and see what I played, but I'm not going to. So that's basically a G. Where could I go to now? I could go to a first inversion of C major. Okay, let's try that. I think that's more or less what I played. Look, Mum, no hands. I always do this. I always forget that it defaults to merge, and I really want it to be replace. Right. Nice and gentle for this first intro bit. I quite like when I implied that bichord. A bichord is where you have, say, F in one hand and G in the other. Gives you, it's one way of looking at it. I mean, you could look at it as a load of other ways, but harmonically, if you're just trying to improvise, the simpler you imagine things to be, the better. See what happens. Sometimes that's the best way. Not bad. I might keep that one and try another version, because you've got to get the foundations right, because we're getting both the harmony now. I am very fond, left hand, of playing this chord shape, which is a fifth with a tenth on the top. Works well with first inversions. Sounds particularly nice if you voice trombones like that as well. Down to F, G in the top, back to G, down to C, back to G. First inversion of F next, and big C. And then we're going somewhere else. Just before we go any further, can I tell you about a course we run?
If you want to write better music, better tunes, more interesting chord progressions, and fully develop your ideas, then check out my online course, How to Write Music. 6 hours of video tutorials, free downloads, a supportive online community, and a comprehensive course text. Take your music to the next level with How to Write Music. God, it's so good, I'm going to buy it.
So we got a basic chord progression, which is running all right in there. Now we're going to need... Okay, let's put a string line on the top. And we're looking for a concertino, maybe. I would quite like something a little bit glassier and weirder than that. So maybe we look for Albion 5, which has a very nice selection of well, soft but slightly more alternative sounds, less straight out the box. Let's try that one. Right, now what we're gonna do is we'll put this little string sound on the top. Oh, I quite like that. I quite like the sound of the strings straining a bit, and that's obviously very high. And there's not that many of them, so let's give that a sound. Let's see what that sounds like. I'm going to be interested to see how this D plays against the F. Not convinced. What you end up sometimes doing, what was the note which clashed in there? I like that sound, and so what I'm going to do, it's like sometimes when you're laying down two layers, it's like a conversation, so therefore you have to work out. That's better. It was that note, that second note, which was whatever it was, C sharp, B flat. Okay, we need something else in there. How about a strange solo string of some description, or a solo wind? How about... do I feel a... Okay, look, I never use bassoon. And actually, our master students have got a solo bassoonist coming in to play their music in a couple of weeks' time. So maybe... Whoop. Sorry, Stravinsky's estate. Oh, I'm really sorry. Please don't sue me. Okay, so double reeds I find quite hard to use. I tell you what I do like, is that little do do do, which is a nice sort of chord shape. I mean, it's a nice melodic phrase. I want something big and warm now, which is going to go ooh. I wonder if I've got Berlin strings on here. Maybe would that do it? Yes, I do. They have quite a lot of these single articulations. Multi-articulations, whole ensemble. What I'm looking for is a sort of a big sort of warm wall of sound. Tell you what, well, I can just go for cello, because they've got lots of these dynamic things. Here we go, this is the one I'm looking for. Because a real dynamic played by a real player, that's what I had in mind. Except not that. See. Okay, to save time, we're now going to move the counting up to there. So it starts. Sometimes these slow moving ones you have to play on 2 tracks because so you have to overlap them a bit. Or I like that though. Okay, that's not bad. I'll live with that. Now we want, so this is Berlin string, cello dynamics. Now we want something which is going to, a top line. So we're going to go for Spitfire. Let's get a legato, first violin performance legato from cello, from Spitfire chamber strings, because I think that doesn't work at all in any way, shape or form. Let's turn that down a bit. You know, that works better. I just played that by mistake and I like it more. So maybe I need to go back and get rid of the chamber strings for the moment, because I don't think it's going to work. I didn't like it. So let's go to Berlin strings. You see the way in which when you're writing, it's it's not just a conversation between the instruments, it's you're choosing the instruments at the same time. And that is interesting. Okay, Long's dynamics. Let's get rid of him. Yes, I want to get rid of him. Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. Right, and which is this? Oh, this is a softer. Oh, hang on, turn the channel to 1. There we go, that's it. Now, I think I'm going to need something underneath. What you can do, strings layer really, really well. So what I'm going to do, I'm layering up. I'm going to load a second lot of longs in here. So I've got the dynamics and I've got the longs. I'm going to turn this down. So I've got... So what I'm going to end up with... Oh, it's doing legato. I don't want that. Take out the dynamics for a moment and just see if I can work with these sounds. Get this sound just right. Ooh, that's blurred because it's blurred seems to mean sliding up to the note. I'm not sure I like that anymore. Soft. Sends soft. I thought it says soft with vibrato. I quite like some soft, immediate with vibrato, soft with vibrato, soft. Okay, this might work. It might not be the right moment to bring this in though. I'll tell you, my mistake was thinking this is going to be the main lead line, but it's not. We'll come to that. I think we need something else to make this come alive, and it's not quite singing yet, but it will. We're going to load up a harp because we're going to need a harp at some point, and my favourite harp is a very, very, very old one, which comes from Vienna Symphonic Library. This is, I mean, I've got a newer version of this, but I still go back to this old one, which, you know, it's like an old pair of shoes. You just get so used to it, and it's got this perfect balance between... He says he can't find what he needs now. I'm just looking for Norm. Where's Norm? Hello, Norm. Where's you gone, Norm? Oh, did I remind you to subscribe? If you're finding it useful, just click the little button. Meanwhile, okay. So it's a very nice, normal... Okay, there's a problem with this. I either do that, and then it's going... I can support the harmony or the top line. Something like that's going to work. Simple. Okay. That is sort of working. Okay, let's add a bit of a flute in. I'm going to go for instrument, that one. As I've explained on previous editions, the VSL flutes, I think, still have the best legato. It just sounds lovely. Really, really nice. So, but it is as dry as the Sahara Desert. So we're going to have to add some reverb to that. Don't you bet ya? Absolutely. So let's go in here, send to reverb, turn it on. Turn him down a bit. Now I've got to try and pick out a... Okay, so what are we doubling with that flute? You can double it with all kinds of things perfectly successfully. Other than the rhythmic abhorrence going on in the middle there, that's all right. Okay, so now we're gonna. What is this? Not crying out for answering phrases and counter melodies. So we need to put in, well, an alto voice of some description, which could be anything. Wonder what a solo viola would sound like. So the answering phrase has to complement what's going on harmonically and find space rhythmically. So it's got a... so if it goes do 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 do, etc. Something along those lines is what my weird befuddled brain is hearing. So we go from... Okay, so the second chord is F, not C, Guy. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yes, you did. You're just an idiot. Okay, I am an idiot. So it's going to go... It's going to do something which works around the chord shape. That's all right. It's starting to come together. Now it needs to go somewhere. We're not going to work any more on that little section. It's going to go... Now we go back to our piano. Okay. I'm feeling maybe a move to B flat. So why? Because we end up in... So we're going to use the same... It's the same shape of triad, but same shape of sort of ostinato, but just in a different key. Something like that. So it's going to go... We keep the bichords going. B flat over a B flat, then a C over a. Then we go back to the G again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then back into something else, which is our big climax. Now we're going to get going. Okay, we're going to have a bit of brass in here. So let's add another Kontakt or two, because we're going to have let's put a few of those in, and let's get that out. Go. Now let's get this one up. This one can be the low brass. So we're going to start in on these downbeats. That's where, if you want to bring in a big brass chord, that's a really good place to do it, because it there's a natural lead into it, sets it up, and it's boom. So we're going to go with what have I got? Tenor trombone a due. Go on, I'm going to give myself. Let's see if I like this. Very John Barry again. That's not going to work. Okay, so that's where it's got to come in. So actually I was getting way ahead of myself, and actually what we need to be running with through here is French horn, because it will lend itself to that bichord rather better than the trombones will, because they're naturally lower and the whole harmonic thing sounded frankly a bit ugh. So I might triads work well in French horn, so we might, let's try it. And so what I'm doing here is a second inversion of B flat, then sliding the top two notes up to C and an E, which is obviously in the, and leaving the F as a sort of pedal. Did it work? We're going to find out in a minute. This is where we're going to start to need the big guns. So we're going to bring in the low string, go back to Albion 1, and go for individual patches, low string. Where's legato? Legato, that one. There it is. Down to the G. Okay, now we need now we do need posh violin legato, so we go with the symphonic one. We're going to go with performance legato. We'll go with violins 1. We may need a violin 2 as well, but we'll see. So we need something we need a line here which is going to build up and up and up. So it's going to go. Okay, that's all right. What about a faster viola line in the middle? One of those. Let's try and go back to Berlin strings again, because I'm coming more and more to. I come back to these more often than I used. Not used to. I've only had it a short while. and I really like it. Staccato, which is going to be better? Spiccato, probably. That's lovely. That'll work. Well, there's a number of ways of doing this, but I'm going to do it with some step input starting on bar 13. So we go to bar 13. We turn on the snapping so that it goes directly to bar 13. We want quantized value of 60. So okay, so we're going to go. Okay, like that. So here we go. That's step input, isn't it? So I'm just going up and down arpeggios in step time. Then it goes to G. So I can go in sixth, I sort of in harmony. It's all right. Let's drop that. We're going to go to that big horn chord. I'm in trombone on the downbeat, and it's a G. Here it comes. Let's add one more line of something. I think it could do with where's the old east-west. I'm not going to keep you guessing any longer. We're going to call this done in a second. It could really do with harp glisses and all kinds of poncy stuff. Maybe I'm going to add a couple of things in and then I'll come back. That's a good idea. Let me do that. Right, welcome back. What we've done is we've added a bass drum, a gong hit on that big climactic moment. We've replaced the short timpani roll with a 4 second longer one. We've got the trombone chord there. We've got that dynamic bowing adagietto thing on the bottom. We've got. I brought in the flute. There's the answering phrase sort of continues in the bassoon up here. If we just listen through to the just the flute and the bassoon, maybe if I can find where the flute's gone, then the flute comes in. I tell you what, just play the lead line because this is sometimes horribly revealing. You go, oh my god, why did I do that? Okay. A little bit concerned about this, but okay, let's listen to it from the beginning. Here we go. you go. So that's the whole thing with the piano hanging on. I hope you liked that. I hope you found it useful. If you did, of course, I only have to remind you to subscribe. And then when I do more stuff like this and we do product reviews and sample live reviews and all kinds of things, maybe you'll like it. Maybe you'll find it useful. Maybe it'll help make your music better. Who knows? Anyway, thank you very much indeed for your company. It's been great fun. I'll see you very soon.